Good morning everyone and welcome to Stretford Paddock and welcome to a very, very sunny Old Trafford, but don't let it fool you. It's still March, it's still cold, it's definitely not summer weather, it's still beanie, still Parker weather. Got loads to talk about this morning. We've got updates around AC Milan and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We've got stuff about Luke Shaw, new centre-backs, and also an update on Paul Pogba, so make sure you're staying tuned. And before anything, make sure you are liking this video. Start off with then, we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Manchester United got drawn against AC Milan in the Europa League next week in the last 16. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been ruled out of the first leg. That is by Fabrizio Romano's co-host on the Here We Go podcast, saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has picked up a muscle injury and is going to be not available for the first leg against Manchester United. Good news for Manchester United. Obviously, Zlatan had a great career at Manchester United, scoring a lot of goals in the short stint he was there, and he's been doing very, very well for AC Milan this season and seems to be the one that's keeping them going. So, no Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a massive boost for Manchester United. Next bit of news follows the Chelsea game this weekend, and obviously after the game, the big controversy was around the penalty incident. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out and said no chance was it a penalty, 100% wasn't a penalty. He also mentioned the Chelsea website and how there was comments being dropped there, and that was maybe influencing the referees. And also, Luke Shaw came out and said that what had been said to Harry Maguire, was that I don't want to give this penalty because too many people will talk about it after the game. After this, all this kind of transpired. Harry Maguire came out and said, no, he must have misheard me, that's not what I heard. And all of a sudden, the FA have said they're not going to charge Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Luke Shaw at all after that game. To me, it very much sounds like Luke Shaw did hear what he heard. Manchester United have had to backtrack because they knew they were going to get fined or whatever, because Luke Shaw have said that. He shouldn't have said that, apparently. Don't quite know why you can't say what you think you hear on the football pitch. Seems a bit mad to me. But apparently Manchester United were looking at Luke Shaw being fined, Solskjaer being fined. All of a sudden, nothing. Gone. Luke Shaw's not had to apologise. Harry Maguire's not had to say he was wrong. No one's had to say anything. It's just gone. To me, it sounds like Luke Shaw definitely heard that, and the FA are going, do you know what? Let's not get into this. Let's not. If we don't fine Luke Shaw, if we don't ban any of these Manchester United players, then we don't have to get into the deeper issue of whether that referee actually said that, and whether there is a little bit something going against Manchester United at the moment with referees after all the comments from Jurgen Klopp, all the comments from Frank Lampard, all the comments from the media. Maybe it has started to influence referees. The next bit of news today is around Raphael Varan, and this is a Mirror article, so before we get going on this, do take this with a bit of pinch of salt. This isn't The Athletic, this isn't a reliable source, this is not tier 1 transfer news. But the Mirror is saying that Zinedine Zidane has given the all clear for Manchester United to put a bid in for Raphael Varan this summer. It looks like Raphael Varan is on the move. He's going into the last year of he's going into the last 18 months of his contract, and it's looking like Real Madrid want to shift him on to not have to lose him on a free transfer. So Manchester United, obviously, we want a centre half. There's no mistaking that. There's no hiding that. Manchester United want a centre half. And in this article, it also says that Manchester United are interested in Jules Koundé from Sevilla. We've reported that a lot. It also says Tyrone Mings as a potential target for Manchester United. Is that a new one that's going to be coming up? Is that one we're going to be talking about? I'm not too sure. What would you think about Tyrone Mings joining Manchester United? Raphael Varan, though, 70 million they've said in this article. That seems a lot of money for someone going into the last year of his contract. Same thing as, though, talking about this very, very shortly, Paul Pogba, same kind of stuff. We want £50 million for him. We want £70 million, £100 million for him going into the last year. Is it going to happen? Could a swap deal be on the cards? I think swapsies is going to be the thing this summer. There's going to be loads of this going on. I think that with the pandemic, the lack of cash in a lot of these clubs, but they still have the assets of players. Instead of selling to one and hoping you can move out onto someone else, I think there's going to be more swaps. So the Varan one, I do think there's a little bit in this. I do fancy that Manchester United will probably be in and around Raphael Varan in terms of one of their targets, but I think it will only be if this next story doesn't quite happen. So moving on to that article and moving on to that talk, Andy Mitten was speaking to the Manchester United Supporters Club of Scandinavia yesterday, and they got asked questions all around transfers and all about Paul Pogba. And Andy Mitten said that there's a very good chance that Paul Pogba will sign a new contract with Manchester United. Now, this has been coming out the last few weeks. There's been a couple of articles about this. This was Jamie Jackson wrote about this in The Guardian not too long ago. There's a very good chance that Paul Pogba may sign that new contract. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out and said, we're in an open discussion. Paul Pogba's a Manchester United player. He loves the club. He's been there for a long time. I think there's something in this in terms of, look, does Mino Raiola want Paul Pogba to move and get loads of money? Absolutely. Would Paul Pogba be open to a move back to Juventus or to Real Madrid? I think so. Is that likely to happen in this summer with everything that's gone on? I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult. I think that all this is that I think Manchester United don't want to lose him on the free. I don't think Paul Pogba would want to move on a free. I think that he's got a little bit of pride in all this. I think he wants Manchester United to get a fee for him if he does want to move on. So I think Paul Pogba, if all that doesn't work out and they cannot move him on, and there isn't the right club for him, and Manchester United can't get the right fee for him, I think there's a good chance that Paul Pogba will sign that new contract. And I don't think Paul Pogba will be too displeased with that. I think you've seen the progress that Manchester United have made this season. Second in the Premier League, not quite a title charge that we were all hoping for a few weeks ago, but definite progress in the Premier League. Definite progress all over the pitch. We're playing better football. We're still the top scorers in the Premier League. It's all looking a lot better than what it was 2 or 3 years ago. So Paul Pogba, I think he's happier at Manchester United. I think he sees the vision that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is playing. I think you've seen him this season. He looks happier on the football pitch. And I think Paul Pogba would be quite happy to stay at Manchester United. So that is all the news from me today. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. We've got loads of good stuff coming up. Me and Jay Motti did a little bit of a Carrion review and Loan Watch. That'll be coming out later this week. And also, of course, tonight we have Transfers Live with Jay Motti and Joe Smith. Not quite the best show on the internet. Apparently that's Premier League piss take. Let me know in the comments if you think that is what is the best show on the internet. And of course, Manchester United tomorrow will be playing Crystal Palace. Not there because we're playing 3 away games on the spin. It's absolute madness. We are playing Crystal Palace away, and we'll have the coverage all the way from about an hour and a half before kick-off, all the way through to the end of the game, with a review, with fan cams, with all that good stuff. So make sure you are here. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell. I've been Alex, and I'll see you next time.
Yes, guys, what's going on? Make sure you head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com. Check out all the new merch. Remember, members get 10% off. Go and do it now. See you later.